It's been a long road getting from there to here. It's been a long time, but my time is flying.
Hey there, game gurus. Welcome back to the channel. Well, it has been a long road getting from there to here for New Wave Toys. They've been gone for a while. There were a lot of reasons for that. Won't get into this video, but the fact is they are back, and are they back with a vengeance? How are they doing with their newest replicade, the Golden Tee replicade? Did they hit a hole in one, or they simply slice it into the woods? Let's find out. Game on. Okay, so I have here a package from New Wave Toys. This is the Golden Tee replicade and probably some other items in the box as well. Now, the Golden Tee was one of Shiloh's flagship products he wanted to have come out. Unfortunately, Shiloh did pass away, and New Wave Toys, under his leadership of his partner, which is Peter, who's running the show now. And I've had a couple conversations with Peter, actually, and he wants to make New Wave Toys not only as good as it was, maybe even better. So this is the first product coming out now under Peter's leadership. We're going to take a look in the box right here. So how is Replicate doing? Are they still with the same quality we've always known, the same fun factor? Bonuses? We're going to find out together right now, and I'm going to open up this box. I've already cut the top open, so we're going to open it up right here. And the first thing we're going to see here is that New Wave Toys is still New Wave Toys. They always put fun little things in the boxes here. Now inside this box, we can see right here, there is this in here, and it's got some green paper underneath it to look like, grass. And it's the Golden Tee. Welcome to the Tee box. Everything you need is inside. The Golden Tee X Replicate cabinet, a full-size wireless control trackball controller, and 6 classic Golden Tee arcade games. Let's tee off. So already they're off to a good start, because this is what kind of New Wave Toys has always been known for, these cool little things right here. This is also one of the first projects that New Wave Toys and GRS tSticks had together. Their original control deck offered the GRS trackball in their BJ's limited run of the control decks. Now, theoretically, that control deck should work here if you already have it. You just don't connect it to the Golden Tee computer system on your HDMI. You would take the dongle and plug it into here. So in theory, it should work. But let's get into this right now. I'm dying to see what we have under the covers. We have obviously the piece of paper here and the little cellophane here. I'm gonna put that to the side for a moment. You know me, I try and save everything, make it look as nice as it can be. Now there is additional packing material inside here. Now this big box right here is probably going to be the control deck, and I'm going to lift this thing up and out of the box. And I can definitely see that's what's in this box. We'll take a look at this in a moment. I'm going to put this also to the side. If I have any room anymore, my goodness, definitely running out of space. So we do have some foam to make sure the machine is kept okay. And there's even foaming on the side, not foaming, but foam on the sides of the unit. And here's the machine. Now I was a little worried because this apparently was delivered like last night, and UPS never rang the doorbell. They just left it by the garage, even though my covered porch is 2 feet away. And it rained last night, so the box itself was wet and let it dry out. But it looks like everything's good because the replicate's also in cellophane, so it looks like it's good. And let's get this main box out of the way. Of course, Glenn is going to still save that because Glenn saves everything. But here is the box, and it is completely cellophane. And, typical New Wave Toys, the packaging looks really, really good. Again, most people really don't care about the packaging. They throw it away, they take it out, and it's gone. But if you're a collector, like myself, you keep the packaging. Maybe that's cellophane. I'll put it in a bag later. But the packaging came, all the boxes inside came fine. The shipping with the packing material they put around here. So we're going to take the obviously the cellophane off of this and get inside the box. Of course, probably should have brought a knife over, but you know me, I don't plan ahead. See if we get this started on one of the sides over here. There we go. And we'll take up our packaging here. And again, the New Wave Toys has always kind of been known for really nice packaging, and then no different here. The packaging looks really good. Now, one of the good things about Golden Tee is that it's a game that goes beyond just gamers. Now, I know when this was announced by Shiloh, a lot of people kind of disappointed because there was already a couple of versions of New Wave Toys. I'm not New Wave Toys, Golden Tee already made. obviously not 1/6 scale or more quarter scale or half scale. This one here, you know that New Wave Toys is going to put their extra little touch in here. And like myself, when I was collaborating with Shiloh with this, controls are everything. So there's a mini trackball in here that's going to be fully functional. The screen in here, obviously you can play it on the machine itself. Now, the cool thing about this, what they started doing with their second release of Dragon's Lair from New Wave Toys, is they do screen mirroring. So on some of the older New Wave Toys, when you plugged in external HDMI, the internal screen would shut off and it would then go to the external screen. This one here, like ones that have been created after the second release of Dragon's Lair, you can plug in HDMI in this and put it on a big screen TV like I have behind me here, but still have it on the screen here as well. So it's kind of nice. I like that. You can see it on both. So if you're using the external control deck, you can see it on both screens on there. But again, the box itself looks really, really good. Came in perfect condition. Just got to find it where we can open. It looks like it's on this side here. And just say it says 6 classic Golden Tee games on here. And since I started doing this, I think it was with the, I'm trying to remember, I think it was with the Ghosts and Goblins, Ghouls and Ghosts working coin mechanisms in here. So they come with little mini coins, and you can still start the game without it, but you can drop little mini coins in here that acts as tokens for the game. And the coin door is metal. You can open it up and pull out the coins at a later time. So it's cool things like that. That's really, really neat. But, well, let's get inside this machine and see what we got. The box, I should say. Make sure I open it the right way. There we go. So when you first open it up, it does show you the first thing here, which are the games that are included with Golden Tee. And now, me personally, I do have some nostalgia for Golden Tee. I worked for a company years ago, early 2000s, late 90s, early 2000s. And we used to go into Connecticut, actually about 3 blocks away from, at that time, was WWF, the World Wrestling Federation, which is now WWE, World Wrestling Entertainment. But it was their main place. It was in Stamford, Connecticut. It was a little tiny pulled pork place, which I love that type. It's a piece of paper, and they throw the meat on there. It's fantastic. You have a couple of beers, and there was a Golden Tee, the classic Golden Tee. So that's what I'm going to be focusing on myself. But there are a couple other Golden Tees on here. You have the Golden Tee, you have Golden Tee 3D Golf, Golden Tee 97, 98, 99, 2000, of course, Golden Tee. So the box itself, of course, looks great. And of course, there is the all-important foam protection in there. And I got to save all that stuff. Glenn always saves it. And you can see inside the box, nothing has changed. They still make sure that the machine is properly protected inside the box, which is why I can't get rid of these boxes. I got to save them. So right on top, you're going to have the manual in here. And there's some stuff inside, which we'll go over in a few moments, of course. Put that to the side for now. Right before it fell, anyway. Of course, they include a USB-A to USB-C charging cable. I have a million of those. So I'm going to put that aside as well. The next thing we have right here is, what do we have here? This is a USB-A to USB-C. Oh, this might be, okay, this might be for the, yes. So this little USB-A to C is for a digital marquee that they also included. This is the main USB-A to C to actually charge your replicator. Put that to the side as well. So it's kind of neat they included this in here on this particular unit. Now, I know this is going to be an extra charge. I think it's about $40. So they included, on Golden Tees, they had these digital marquees on the top. And that's what this is right here. So this is one of the things that, again, Shiloh had shown off initially. I'm not sure if there's any charge. I'll turn it on. And nope, it does. So we'll get a closer shot of this later. But this is something that has little wording, insert coins, tokens, tournament ready. And you can actually change on here the different sayings. I'm going to put that aside just for a moment. I'll put it right down here maybe, just like so. Here's the package. And I'll put this aside as well. And then, of course, we have the actual Golden Tee, which I'm going to pull out here gently. Because I saved the bags. Glennie doesn't get rid of any of this stuff. I'm going to turn it this way. Probably be a lot easier getting it out this way. And of course it is. So it is a beautiful looking cabinet. Look at that. Okay, there's nothing else in the box. So I'm going to put the box gently aside for now. Just like so. Stay. And of course, Glenn saves even the bag because, well, that's kind of my shtick, I suppose. So we'll take it out of the bag. And the machine itself, of course, knowing New Wave Toys, they've done a really nice job. Now, this is going to be plastic, wood, and metal. And there is a nice big trackball on there that feels, actually spins and feels pretty good. We'll get some closer shots of this as well. But we have a real metal coin door on there, and the little coin slots are going to light up on there. And I like that they have a dollar mechanism over there. And of course, nice micro switches on all the buttons. Now on the back of the unit, their signature little padlock they have down here. The speakers, the external HDMI, again, this will display internal as well as external HDMI on there. 2 USB ports to add controllers, which is always nice. There is a power, it's a fake power thing, so there's a, get to the add-on parts, a fake power cable they started to add. I think there was also around when they started doing the the Ghosts and Goblins. Now, in this particular unit, it looks like the side decal didn't go on too well. There's actually a little bubble on it. I'm not sure if I can fix that. Try. And fixed. So sometimes quality missed it out. There was a slight little bubble on there, but it came right out. So that's awesome. So the next thing we really do is to power this thing on. We'll take a look at it. So this little marquee right here that's lit up would just basically sit. There's even a little indentation, which is kind of this little physical indentation here. This will sit like right in there like that. Now, it would have been nice if they just put a magnet in there to hold it in place, because it just really sits there. So a magnet really would have locked that in place. But again, that still looks really, really cool. There's actually protective film on there. I should probably take that off. Of course, it's not coming off for me easily. I'll get it off me. I got to scrape it a little bit here. These things never come off for me well. There we go. Almost. Come on. There we go. I know my son would say that's super satisfying, but to me, it's just plastic I got to get rid of. So that sits on here. So it would have been nice if there was a little magnet on there to hold it in place, but that's okay. It's not a horrible thing. So we'll see if there's a charge. I'm going to hit the power button on this and go to the instruction manual. So let's hit the power button on the back over here. We'll see if that turns on. And there is actually a protective cover on here as well. So we're going to peel that off. And look at that. So another cool thing that they introduced with the missile command was this virtual CRT effect. It's like a magnifying lens. Now, initially, it was a little too much, but they've added like anti-reflective coatings. Again, we'll get closer shots of this in a minute. And the volume is pretty good. From behind it gets quite loud. I'm going to lower that just for a second. But it looks like they really started to nail the effect. So it has a CRT look. It's got an anti-reflective coating on it. And that's small touches that New Wave Toys kind of pioneered to give you this CRT effect. It looks really, really good. So I'm going to go back over here and just take a look at what other things that were included with the Golden Tee. I'll open this little bag up right here. Now, the first thing they had on right top is a Golden Tee additional decal. If you wanted to replace a decal that was on here already, which I'm not going to do, but it's kind of nice they included that. It does seem a little bit on the dark side, and it seems dark and it seems a little bit blurry. So this is probably something you wouldn't want to use, but just letting them know that if they do include these, the resolution and the look on the original control panel is fantastic. I can already see this artifacts. We'll get a shot of this later. There's artifacts on the artwork. This is probably something that would not get used. They did include some tiny little money inside here. We'll get, again, shots of that all a little bit later. Now, they did put some GT, if you want to put them, on the side of a unit, put them on right there. So that's kind of nice that they added that. And the, take a little look at that. And they look a lot better as far as the resolution of the decals. Now, they included a card right here, and there's a QR code on the back. So these are instructions how to customize the message on your replicated topper. So there's a little spot you can go to right here so you can customize the messages. It's not as simple as just plugging it to your computer and doing it. You have to go to this little website to make those kind of changes. Another thing they include right here, this is their fake AC adapter. So it's a nice 3-prong, the old circle kind used to have back in the day. So you just pop this in the back of the Replicade. So if you're doing like, you know, like a home arcade setup where you have them all on display, you would use one of these maybe. Another cool thing they should probably do is make little receptacles to put them in, maybe magnetic or double-sided tape, so they have something to actually plug into, maybe. Just another thought for the future. And another little bag right here, we have the coins. There are 4 coins included, and it looks like 2. One is a metal magnetic, looks like a card reader for a key card, which they included over here with the dollars, and a check-in express value ID badge. So we'll get pictures of that in a little bit. And of course, we have the actual instruction manual. So when you get a New Wave Toys product, they give you a lot for it. And the manual is going to be a basic manual right here. It's not going to be color. It's going to be black and white. But it gives you a quick overview of all the different things inside the machine. So that's what you would get normally. So if you buy it, I think it's going for like $199 actually on August 20th, which is when I'm recording this video. You can go into the website at 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, which is probably well past when I'm starting to get this video uploaded. You can actually buy the unit here. I think it's about $199. I haven't checked it yet. I think that's what it goes for. And you can get the Replicade, all the other items. This would be, I think, a separate $40 if you want to get this topper. And it's got a cool factor to it. So it's something you might want to consider because the real Golden Tee did have them in a lot of locations. Now, another option you could get is what I'm going to bring out right now to the box, which is their full-size deck. And that was the first GRS tSticks collaboration we did, again, with the Standalone one and BJ's. And theoretically, that one, if you already have it and you purchase it separately, it should work. It's just taking the dongle. Instead of going into the HDMI Golden Tee product, you would take the dongle and plug it into the New Wave Toys. It should work in theory. But I'm going to take this thing out of the box. And I'm going to tell you right now, this box is kind of heavy. So I'm going to leave it down here and see if I can get this thing out of here. I might have to actually slide this out over here. Let's see how this goes. Let's see how Glenn does this one. And there it goes. It's coming. So I'm going to stop right there. I'm going to put it down here because I don't want to drop it. My studio is getting quite busy and packed these days. So this thing already feels very heavy, which is something you want to have on your desk when you're doing this. Again, you just make sure everything is safe, protected, and wow, that looks good. Now, if you already purchased this, like I said, the standalone unit, you're probably going to recognize what this is. And I'm going to put this down just for a second. So this thing looks and feels incredible. This thing is a ton. So this is a rechargeable wireless deck for the Golden Tee. So the BJ's one used my trackball. I honestly don't even talk to them to find if they use my trackball in these. I really don't know.
Yeah, baby, yeah!
And we have the left turn, right turn, all the different control decks. So if you were sitting in front of the Golden Tee, you could see they are very similar, except this one is more portable. It has a protective cover on it. On the back, there is a charge port on there because you do have to charge this. And then on the front, we have basically the on-off button and then a little magnetic dongle. So you're going to pull this thing out. It's got a magnet in there, which is kind of neat. So this dongle should be on the original one from BJ's, or if you purchased the standalone one. Just this one dongle plugged into here. It should, in theory, work. I'll probably try it in another video because I do have that deck. And that's it. So it's got power on and off. Now I'm going to charge these for a little bit. Just make sure they have a good charge. And then we'll do some gameplay, and we'll get some closer shots of the machines. And I'll give you my final thoughts, of course, at the end of the video. But for right now, remember, New Wave Toys is back. And let's find out how this one is. Okay, so let's take a look at the Golden Tee. Now, again, this is an optional part right here. This is a little digital marquee. It's completely independent. It's battery operated. You can load your own sayings on here. There's a bunch of sayings on here, but I think it looks really cool. You can see there's a little indentation here. So it kind of sits right in there just like that. Would be nice if there was a magnet. I said that already, but it is what it is. We have a light up marquee right here. It's very light in the room, so you can't really tell too much. A secondary light up marquee right here. We're going to skip by the screen just for a second. We'll come back to this. Here's our control deck with our micro buttons on here. If you press both these buttons together, you do get the little menu here. We can pick the game that you want to play, as well as how bright the screen is, the marquee being on and off, trackball sensitivity, track mode, sounds, skill level, hole-in-one contest, and reset the high scores. So that's by pressing both these buttons together with the machine on. Of course, you have your start button right here. You have our trackball, which feels, for a small ball, it feels pretty good. And then we go a little further on down here. We have a fake dollar bill receptacle here, but it wasn't on the arcade machine. We have the two buttons right here, which are actually lit up. If you can kind of see that, they are lit right there, 25 cents. This one right here, you can put the little mini coin in, which is awesome. It's a new Wave Toys, pretty much exclusive for this type of thing. Drop it in, get a credit, or you can just press the button itself on here. The other one doesn't do anything. You can pull both of these, which I don't want to do right now because I'll drop my phone. And there's a coin door in there. So I just drop the little coins in. You can come back, open this up to get to the coins. Or maybe this one of them opens up. Maybe it's this one. Let's see if I can do it. Not that one. Yeah, I can't do it without I hurt my poor little fingers. But these one of these opens up to do in there on the machine. And of course we have these doors are metal over here. And then these are wood side panels over here. And we have the nice deck here. Now I want to get back to the screen here because I think New Wave Toys has come a long way with this. Now there's an anti-glare coating. You do see the lights a little bit on here, but you get to the right angle, you don't see them at all. And it does have a lens on here that kind of gives it the look of a CRT as far as the roundness of it. And I think they've come a long way. They started this with their missile command, which was, I think, too much. Then they kind of nailed it with the Ghosts and Goblins and Ghouls and Ghosts. And here, I think they really perfected it super well. Now, the bottom of the machine, you see it doesn't move very easy. There are rubber feet on the bottom. I'm trying to lift this up here as best I can. You do have rubber feet there on the bottom. And, of course, the side of the unit looks the classic shape for the Golden Tee. And we'll go all the way down to the back here. Again, this is optional. Take it off a second to see how it's going to look without it. But it does have the caution decal, the handle here, which I never knew that in the arcade machine, but glues against the wall. So it must have been a handle that was in the back of the machine. Maybe for transport, you'd grab that as you lifted the machine to move it. High voltage inside. The speakers here, the vents, actually the speakers right here, the little signature lock. Of course, the volume control right here. Charging indicator, green as when it's fully charged, and obviously red is discharging or just powered on. The power button itself. We have the fake power cord here, which is the fake one. We have two USB ports, and obviously either one of these you can plug in the dongle for the external control deck. This dongle right here just is magnetically held in. Kind of give it a little pull. Boop. Magnet pulls it right in. You got to get it. You got to get it good and get it fast. Come on, there we go. So you can plug this into either of these two ports on here. In fact, you pretty much, I think, can use this in any PC. They need a trackball. I don't know if the buttons would be synced up right, but in that goes. The trackball would work, and probably one of the buttons would work if you want to use it for something along those lines. Of course, we have the charging, USB-C, HDMI out. Now, I want to talk about HDMI out just for a second here. I'll come back up and turn this thing around. So you can see right now, my TV is obviously on, but nothing's on it, and the Golden Tee is on. Now, I said before that since the reissued Dragon's Lair, because they want to do these little TV sets on top, I'm still waiting for those things to come out, but they started doing simultaneous HDMI out, so the TV set here as well as there. Now, there's an error in the manual. If you read the manual says when you connect external HDMI, this screen is going to turn off because that screen is going to turn on. That is incorrect. So New Wave Toys, you want to fix that in your documentation. So you can see the screen is on right here. I just happen to have the HDMI cable for my TV set right here. So I'm going to try and do this best I can. I'm going to try and plug this in. I may have to put the phone down for a second. See if I can slide in. I can't. So I'm going to press right here real quick. There we go. And let's see if it comes on. It should. And there it is. So we can see it is simultaneously displaying on both screens. Now, don't worry about it being overshot here. This screen is very old, and I lost the remote years ago, so it's set to like an overscan mode. But the point is, the instruction manual says when you connect HDMI, this screen goes away, and it's only on there, and it is on both. So I just want you guys to be aware of that. But again, the feeling on here and everything and the weight of the machine is not going to move. When you spin that ball good, this machine is not going to move. Now, of course, you also have this external deck right here, which is really, really solid. I mean, it's real wood. It's phenomenally built. The one thing I will say is when you're looking at the quality of everything on here, I wish this was in the back. So the T-molding goes all the way around, and it's fine here and goes around. So, you know, I guess it depends on your opinion, but I would rather this been on the other side personally. But I guess it is what it is. It still looks great. The T-molding, that's real T-molding, by the way. And this is rechargeable. So once you charge it, you can use it for quite a few hours of gameplay. So with that being said, that's really it for like the looks of it. I'm impressed again with New Wave Toys because you get a lot with the machine, even barring not having that marquee on top. Just this right here, it's a solid unit. The only issue I had taking out the box, I hadn't begun the video, right here, the decal wasn't pressed down all the way. I just pressed it down and it stayed. So I don't know if it just didn't get pressed down initially, but it's sticky and fine. I'm going to make sure the volume's up all the way, which it is right now. And we'll do some gameplay on here. And obviously we'll have it simultaneously on that screen up here because that's the way it's hooked up right now. And then we'll try the external trackball. And again, I know when Shiloh was designing this, the question was asked a long time ago. It's been a couple of years, I understand. But if you bought the BJ's one, which is the self-contained deck, it's basically the same deck. The only difference is you would take the dongle and plug it into a small little computer you went to your HDMI port. So if you did purchase this and you wanted to get just this, it should work. There should be no difference between this with the selling with this package or this if you purchased it from like BJ's or another store when you bought it with the Golden Tee. As long as it's from New Wave Toys, it should be completely fine and work. But no further ado, like I said, the machine itself, I think, is right up there with New Wave Toys quality we've always expected, which I'm ecstatic for. I'll see if I can get that coin door open when I put the phone down. And we'll do some gameplay. Okay, so we have the machine right here, and I still couldn't get this open. The coin door is down here. These were always difficult, and I just couldn't get it open. But this does open, so you put coins in. This is where you would get your little coin door out of it. But I couldn't get it open, but that's not unusual. These things are in there pretty tight.
That's what she said.
The New Wave Toys, you might want to make these maybe magnetic versus some type of clip so it's easier to open in the future. I just couldn't do it. But let's get a game started. Okay, so we have Golden Tee right here. If I wanted to put a coin in to start the game, I'd use this one over here. But I'm going to use this one here to insert a credit. Now, back in the day, I think it was like 50 cents to pick a game. I'm going to do one player. So I'll hit a start on that. And I'll just do the stock course. So right now I'm using all of the stock settings. I haven't changed any sensitivity settings. This is how New Wave Toys sent it out. So I'll take my ball, go all the way back, and we'll give it a good flick forward. And as usual, I'll go into a tree. So I sliced. You can see the screen is extremely clear. It's definitely an IPS screen. Every angle here seems to be good, but I also have it on the TV set back there. So I'm going to turn my guy a smidgen. There we go. Pull my ball back. Give it another try. And let's try one more time here. I'll go right back. Oh, now I went too far. This is about how I play regular golf. So I'm not really shocked here. Pull this back. And give it a, let's see. Right in the water, probably.
Oh boy.
A little bit better, I think. Right, don't go in the sand trap. Ooh, a little too far. Again, this is me playing regular Golden Tee, so I'm playing just as well as I would have normally. Right in the sand.
Oh, it's in the beach.
Ah. I could have had a stroke, for sure. So let's try one more round of using the internal trackball, see if we do any better. Okay, let's give this a try. I'm going to hold right here, go back, and there is a crosswind a little bit, but let's see how I do. Oh, I think I did better that time. Maybe not. Ah, okay.
Hit the sand bucket.
Oh my goodness. Okay, no one ever said I was good at this game.
Golf for one, trying for double bogey.
Oh, really?
Golf for one to putt. Golf for one to putt.
Okay, there's an opportunity here, perhaps.
Golf for one to putt.
I actually did it. I actually got my name in. So don't take my gameplay for anything against this. This thing worked pretty well. I just suck at the game. But we are going to try using the big deck right now. So my understanding is we just got to take this out like so, and it should automatically sync with it. But we do have to finish a game. So what I'm going to do is, I guess I'm going to just power it off. I don't know if you have to do this at all, but I am going to power it off and connect the dongle right at the beginning, because you shouldn't do it, remove this during a game, because it probably won't recognize it, and definitely don't take it out while you're playing a game. But for right now, I'm just going to take it, and I'm going to put it in either one of the slots. It doesn't really matter. And now I'm going to turn New Wave Toys back on. Let that boot up. So the great thing about the deck is that it is completely wireless. You can have this by your TV set. You can still look at it in all its glory. And you can sit down on the couch and use this at your leisure. Pass it around between your friends. You could play multiple people when you're playing this game. So let's give this a try. I'm going to move this over a little bit. Now again, just like the Replicate, okay, this is all charged. I'm going to pull off the charging cable. So you've got really big rubber feet on the bottom, and this thing is solid wood. This thing is really, really solid. You have credits over on the side, menu, and then of course on the top you have your start and your turning and everything else. So just to make it a little bit easier for me, let's see if Glennie can do this. I'm going to move the Replicate, hopefully over here, and still stay in view. Move this out of the way just for a moment. I'm going to put the Replicate over here so you can still kind of see it. Hopefully not fall off, because that'd be a terrible thing. There we go. Let that over there. This way, we can put this right there, and let's see how I do. So I'm going to put a credit in.
It's in the beach.
First, we got to turn this on. There is an on-off switch, which I got to do right there. Move that to the on position. That should turn green, letting it know that it is synced. I'll press a button on there. There we go. So again, here's our trackball. You see the trackball works just fine. The trackball feels great. Same course. Let's see how we do with this. Again, I'm still behind the camera doing this, but let's see how well I do. Good spin on the ball. Oh, look at longest drive ever. All right. Okay, it's an instant replay, which is great. Again, this thing is solid. All right, we'll pull back here. I got a wind coming towards me, so let's see what I do here. Ooh, much better. Look at that.
Golf for one, trying for birdie.
Oh, God, I suck.
Golf for one, trying for par.
All right. So let me give you my final thoughts of the New Wave Toys Golden Tee. Okay, like I said at the beginning of the video, it's been a long road getting from there to here, but New Wave Toys is back. And you know what? It's the same New Wave Toys we've known from the past. Great quality, great different little pieces to make it even better. And I think it's a good legacy for Shiloh. Now, this was Shiloh's, one of his last two replicates he designed. It was this and the Crystal Castles. He was very excited. I talked to him about a lot about this one. He was extremely excited about Golden Tee. He was excited about the license, excited about how well it was turning out. Him and Eduardo spent a lot of time on getting the trackball right. And again, trackball works great. I just suck at the game. But they did such a nice job, and I take my hat off, literally, I'm going to do it right now, to Peter. Sorry, guys, I'm blinding you. To Peter for taking over the reign as CEO of New Wave Toys and making sure that the legacy that Shiloh started with New Wave Toys, building incredible 1/6 scale replicas of these machines. And he did it right. He made sure this came out the way we would have expected. It plays great. It's got a lot of great features on it. A lot of cool little add-ons you could add, like the light up marquee. And of course, I'll put this down for a second. Hopefully I don't break everything putting it down. And you know, the deck. And I'm also very happy to have been part of this project when it was being done. But this is amazing. This thing is heavy. But long story short is, you know, nothing today is cheap. Nothing is cheap. So I'll put links down below to New Wave Toys. As of today, when I'm filming this video, which is August 20th, I'm going to try and get the video up tonight. It went live at about 11 a.m. Pacific time. If you wanted to get yourself a replicate yourself, again, it'd be this little guy right here. I think this goes for $199. I'm 100% sure. Don't take me word for that. I haven't looked at the website yet. And of course, you can get the little light up marquee. I think is about $40 for that. But I think it looks great. And of course, you can get the deck itself. I'm not sure what that one is. I'll put a link down below, so you put it down there. But if you are someone who purchases replicates of New Wave Toys, it's a no-brainer. It's, again, a beautiful cabinet. It plays great. It's a game not everyone perhaps wanted, but it is a fun game to play, especially if you have friends around. So take that for what it is. And once they're gone, replicates, usually they're gone. They don't usually make them anymore. So I would say don't miss on the opportunity if you're on the fence. Now, of course, there are people who are going to say, you know, I don't go for the 1/6 scale. I like other scales. Well, that's fine, and go for those scales. But this is a great piece to sit on your desk in the office or at home. And of course, if you get the external deck, you can play in the office with your coworkers or people coming in, or play it at home. But that's it for this video. I just, again, want to thank Eduardo and Peter for keeping New Wave Toys going after all that's happened. I think the company's coming back, and I had a conversation with them, and I have a funny feeling that 2026, 2027, and beyond, New Wave Toys is going to be basically getting a hole-in-one again and again. If you did like the video, please give it a thumbs up. It takes 1 second for you, but it means a lot for me and YouTube algorithms. You kind of hype it as well. But as fun as all the stuff is, and it is really, really fun, remember, it is just a toy. It's a game. And in fact, you guys probably already know this, but I'll put it out there as well. I definitely have a very close relationship with New Wave Toys. I've been a business partner with them. This was sent out for the point of review. But even if it didn't, I would buy this in a heartbeat. I think I have 30 New Wave Toys. I have a whole bunch of them.
To tie back the hands and stay with you here tonight. I know you feel these are the worst of times. I do believe it's true. When people lock their doors and hide inside, rumor has it it's the end of paradise. But I know if the world just passed us by, baby, I know I wouldn't have to cry, no, no. The best of times are when I'm alone with you. Sun rain, sunshine, we'll make this a world for two. Our memories of yesterday will last a lifetime. We'll take the best, forget the rest, and someday we'll find these are the best of times. These are the best of The headlines read, these are the worst of times. I do believe it's true. I feel so helpless, like a boat against the tide. I wish the summer wind could bring back paradise. But I know if the world turned upside down, baby, I know you'd always be around my mind. The best of times are when I'm alone with you. Sun rain, sunshine, we'll make this a world for two. When I'm alone with you, everything's alright. When I'm alone with you, you brighten up the night. Said when I'm
And they're awesome. But as fun as they are, remember, nothing takes precedence of a family and friends, especially with how this came out with Shiloh. I still wish his mother and family and his friends the best wishes, and let them know that Peter and Eduardo are honoring him, and they're going to continue that legacy. But in between those times, tell family and friends you love them, because tomorrow is never promised. We all know that. But in between those times, game on.